former exploiter, 7 and 7. He's got one of the worst reputations in the game. People say he's the weakest survivor, and picking him, it feels like you're throwing for no reason. His abilities often feel like they hurt you more than they help. And on almost every tier list, you'll find him sitting right at the bottom. But why? I spent I don't even know how long maxing this guy out just to see if the hate was deserved. And I'm here to prove that not only is 7 and 7 not bad, he might actually be one of the strongest survivors if you play him right. And in this video I'll show you how to do exactly that. It's not hard to see why players get frustrated with him. His abilities are complicated. And when you first pick him up, you're just kinda like, cool, I spawned a clone. Now what? We've all seen it. Someone drops a clone in the most random spot during a chase, and then gets hit anyway. Or worse. Then there's his teleport cool GUI. It sounds good on paper. You teleport to the furthest survivor spawn, but the cast time is 6 seconds, and you have to stand there during the entire time, which usually means you get hit and cancel it. And finally, people think he's useless for the team. He can't heal, he doesn't give buffs, and he can't stun the killer. So to everyone else, it just looks like you're running around making bad clones and dying early. And yeah, no surprise. Players get annoyed when they see him in their game, but that's the thing, all of that is just a misunderstanding. To play 7 and 7 properly, you have to stop thinking like a normal survivor. You are not here to outrun the killer, but to outthink them. Your entire job is to waste their time. Let's start with the clone. The biggest mistake is using it while the killer can see you. If you do that, it's useless. Instead, break line of sight first. Behind a wall, a rock, anything. Then, use your clone, and then slip away into a hiding spot. 9 times out of 10, the killer chases the clone, and you just bought yourself a free reset. This also works really well with drops, like off cliffs or downstairs, since it makes it harder for the killer to track what just happened. Now, let's get into more advanced stuff. Your clone can actually act like a shield. If the killer is about to M1 you, try a clone parry. Send your clone directly into them. A lot of the time, the hit will connect with the clone instead of you. They get stuck for a second and you can escape. But keep in mind, don't do it too early. You can also use the clone to trigger traps like John Doe's digital footprint. It's a safe way to disable them without risking your life. And here's something only experienced 7 and 7 players do. Pretending to be the clone. First, pay attention to what movement type your clone is set to most of the time. If it's on aimless, it runs in straight lines and takes weird turns. If it's on pathfinding, it just heads straight to the furthest spawn. If you copy the way your clone moves, how it turns, how it walks, you can actually trick the killer into ignoring you. It's not perfect, and aura-reading abilities will expose you, but in general, it works more often than you'd think. The inject ability decides how your clone moves. Most people just leave it on aimless and forget about it, but if you want your clone to actually fool someone, Pathfind is the way to go. It looks more human, it moves with purpose, and in chase, you can totally sell the fake. Cursor mode is amazing for team play. Let's say a teammate is getting chased. You can send your clone into the killer's path, block them, and sometimes even get them to waste an ability, like walk speed override or null use nova. You should remember to not send the clone too far away. Closer tends to work better. Cool GUI is pretty simple. If the killer lost you or is too far away, you can use it to teleport and reposition safely. But there's more. While you're teleporting, you can heal mid-cast, which means if you're low, you basically get free HP while relocating. You can also use it with a teammate tab. While teleporting near a subspace, the subspace will explode and the killer won't be able to do anything because of helpless. Only thing they can do is to watch. Now, here's the secret. Most people don't know about this yet. Clone swapping. This lets you juke the killer while getting them to hit your clone instead. Here's how it works. Use cursor mode, send the clone just behind you or slightly to the side, while it's moving you do a spin or a juke. If done right, the cursed M1 will hit the clone instead of you. You'll want to spin your camera while keeping the mouse steady. Sometimes you need to adjust it mid-spin. And when you run low on stamina, juking is your safer option. Once you master the clone swapping technique, you will make killers rage quit. So no, 7 and 7 doesn't need a buff. He just needs players who actually understand how to use him. If you play him right, he's not throwing the game, but making killers throw the game. The character in general takes thought. And let's be real, most first second players don't want to think. But if you like mind games or just wasting killers' time, you'll probably love him. He's got strong survivability and more ways to help your team than people realize. You just have to put the time into understanding him. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned something new or if you're gonna give 7 and 7 a shot, consider subscribing. See you next time.